Hours pass, and when they don't return, the girl's anxiety increases greatly. The baby was crying continuously from hunger. The girl had no way to quiet the baby. Suddenly, there's a knock on the door, and she gets scared. Hesitantly, she opened the door to find a man and a child who were on the verge of dying from hunger. The girl can't bear to see their condition, and she gives them her last remaining meal. Because she was hoping that her husband would bring food anyway. The two strangers eat and leave, and a little while later, the girl hears a car stop outside her house, from which her husband was now getting out. Drenched in blood, the girl got scared. The girl held her husband and asked many questions, but the man remained silent without answering any of them. Looking inside the car, she saw that the man's dad was badly injured, and the man's mom was no longer alive. The girl sat down right there. The man told her that among all the people who had come in search of food, such a stampede started that his mom was crushed to death in the crowd. He says that he tried to save his mom, but he couldn't do anything in that crowd. His dad was completely shattered. He couldn't bear this grief and took his own life a short while later. This incident had completely broken the man. The girl tries to encourage him and his father and advises him that it's no longer possible for them to stay here. It's better for them to go to the shelters set up by the government. The man was so emotionally weak that he couldn't make a decision. He tells his wife, "You take our son and go. I won't leave my mom and dad's house." But the girl was not ready to leave her husband either. They spend a few more days in this house until the last of the food the girl had brought is finished. Eventually, they go to the shelter homes. But even there, men were not allowed. The girl and her son were taken in, but the man was turned away. The girl still refused to live without her husband, and they both decided that they would live together in their car and get food from the shelter. But after spending just one night in the car, they came to their senses. It was very cold in the car, and it was impossible to live in it. The next day, when they started getting in the food lines, the lines were so long that the boy couldn't get any food at all. His wife found food for him with great difficulty by standing in lines. Seeing the conditions here, the boy broke down even more. He decides to leave from here and tells his wife, "Take good care of my son in the end." This girl had to agree because she was a mother. After her husband left, this shelter began to feel suffocating to her. Even amongst so many people, she felt alone. And that's when she met Na, who also had a 5-month-old son. Na was an expert at raising children, and she would also help this girl quiet her son.